Welcome to Centauri Stir Fry. Today we'll be talking about an unboxing. It's a mystery. A supple mystery. Something that will only be explained after the right knife is cut. The tape. So stick around. Okay, welcome back. Today we got this giant box. It looks a little defeated in these corners here. But what we got is a box from a website called In Stock Trades. They're not giving me any cash. Here's the weekend watch them be deactivated. It's not coffee, and really it's not even weekend. So we're gonna open this up and see what we got. It's no surprise. I got some graphic novels in here. Look at the box. It's all crushed. But that goes along with what I want to talk about, because I usually buy like some sort of hardcover omnibus because I'm a collector, obsessed, collecting certain runs. And I collect comics certain ways, like key issues, current issues. Some of my favorites I collect in omnibus form or some sort of hardcover. All right, so here's this big box here, and we've got bubble wrap, or not the bubble wrap, but peanuts. Awesome! I didn't expect that. That's gonna be fun to clean up later. All right, so we got all that. Let's get that out of the way. All right, I'll put that down. Oh, this is gonna be great. This will not be worth this video. Hide that. That's the receipt. We don't want to see that. Anyway, so all this. You know, Amazon really doesn't do this. They just give you a giant box, throw whatever comic book or graphic novel or Stephen King novel you bought, and put it in an oversized box and say, screw you, deal with it. But I believe this company does a pretty good job. Everything shows up in great shape. So, here's the first one. We've got Absolute Wonder Woman, New 52, by Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chiang. So, this is a pretty sweet cover. These are the Absolute editions, which are fairly large. It's not true comic page art, I don't think, but if I give you an idea of the size real quick, it's just here's like your standard deluxe edition or hardcover. So it's quite a bit larger and wider. Like here's a Thor omnibus. So, all right, we'll put that aside. Just to give you an idea. They are pretty big. And it's a slip cover. We could open that up too. Let's check it out. I think it's fairly new. It just came out, but you can find discounts sometimes. I've got several of these. I've got Dark Knight, Watchmen. What else we got? Top 10, Alan Moore. There we go. So we got a slip cover. Hopefully you can see the art here. Which, this is pretty nice. Cliff Chiang's art was really awesome. He's always got these bold, dark lines. Orion there. I think that's Ares, actually. That's wrapped around slipcase. It's looking pretty good. Blocking some bullets, or mayhem. And it's been a long time since I read this story, so I'm not really familiar with who these people are. But I'm not sure if it's the first, but this did establish that she was not on Amazon necessarily, but born from Zeus. I'm pretty sure this is the one that did it. Some of that is from the movie. It's definitely taken from Perez's work. But here's the first issue cover, which is looking pretty nice. If you can see that, this is really nice, snazzy hardcover. Look at that. Yeah, I really like that outfit. I think she should adopt that. But I do like the skirt in the movie. That's cool too. I don't want to get in the movie, but it's pretty good. So Brian Azzarello has done a lot of things. 100 Bullets, all kinds of nifty stuff. Absolute Wonder Woman. And usually these Absolute editions contain a full story, but sometimes they have to do it in volumes like this. This is 52 issues. I don't know if they're going to do the whole thing. But the art's really good. And it's really big. So I think that's my main reason for getting these. Actually, my wife got me Absolute Long Halloween. That was the first one I ever got, and I was very impressed with it. But I think the coolest thing about these is just picking it up for the artwork alone, the appreciation. And I really dig Cliff Chiang's artwork. In fact, I think this is my favorite run, but it's been so long. I read it when it was coming out, New 52, like 5-6 years ago, and actually I was reading it digitally at the time. I don't really have any physical copies of this, so when this came out, I kind of wanted to get it. And you can usually pick them up through certain, websites or whatever, quite a bit cheaper. Look, you even got the cape there, reminiscent of that movie. Volatile, though. Anyway, pretty nice. I really like this. I like the art, and something that really sticks out to me is the image of Poseidon. He was like this giant toad, a toad beast. That was cool imagery. Cliff Chiang's artwork, I think, is spectacular. There's Ares there. That's when he's like actually helping her. I think he's training her. Usually these things come with a lot of extras. We'll see what it's got. Yeah, it's got some pencils, some pencil work. This sucks. Let me get it a little closer. Some pencil work to Cliff Chiang's Methodical Madness, which is kind of nice to see. There we go. 3 glasses on. Put them on. Character design work, which is pretty cool. Centaur. These look pretty awesome. You guys see that? It's looking pretty good. Definitely worth checking out. And these aren't cheap, but I think you can usually find them, through an online vendor or whatever, a little bit cheaper. And I really hate to go against my word of supporting local comic artists, but sometimes when these books get really expensive, it's not bad to check it out online. Hephaestus is looking pretty good. I think that's a little bit closer when it came out, but I like this guy. Look at that. It's like something from Time Bandits. Look at that. If you guys haven't seen Time Bandits, check it out. Definitely check it out. It's got John Cleese in it. A bunch of assistants running around. This guy. Who's this guy? Hermes. Okay. Look at that. Work for that. Yeah. So you get character design, some sketches, script work. Not a whole lot, but oh yeah. Here, forgot about the panted. The business casual Wonder Woman that first appeared in Justice League 52, and they quickly got rid of the pants. I mean, it's okay. I guess she can have pants, but I don't know. Why should she? She can do what she wants. So, I really think it's a pretty snazzy edition, and it is huge. It's a big book. It's heavy. It's probably a pain in the butt to read, but it looks great. While you're doing it, you're going to look really cool. Maybe take a vacation and pose on the beach with this thing. Perhaps. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. There's one more. More peanuts. Again, in its own box. I think this is standard, but I think they do a pretty good job. And I purchased several omnibuses from in-stock trades, and they usually have like this weird poly thing that like surrounds the book. I've never had anything damaged from it. So I think if you're gonna buy something like this, check them out before you do Amazon. I mean, unless you can inspect it at a comic book shop, which I highly recommend if you can do it. If you can do it every time, that's great. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you gotta weigh your options and look online, which is totally fine. Hate to be that guy, but sometimes you gotta do it. So, okay, this book is Superman, All-Star Superman, by Grant Morrison and Frank Whitley. So, this is a weird cover. I still think it looks cool. In my opinion, one of the greatest Superman stories ever told. It's very reminiscent of, like, 60s, 70s, serialized, one-issue done stories, but it has an overarching plot line that develops from the beginning to the end. But it's very serialized, like one shot issue. You can just pick one out and read it, and you're fine. It also has really demonstrates Superman's ability to. Of course, he's dying in this issue. I don't want to spoil anything. It's established the first issue. He's dying. So I'm not going to review this. I'm just going to go over this book itself. I'm not going to review what's the contents, but I can tell you that if you're a Superman fan, maybe you want a little bit more from your Superman, something a little more thought-provoking, maybe. I mean, this could probably work. You could probably feed this to a Doctor Who fan, or any sci-fi fan. It's glorious. It's like, it really showcases Superman's intellect also. And Lex Luthor's. But look at that. Aw, so cute. Aw. Crinkly eye. He gives Lois Lane a gift for one day to be as powerful as he is, and she just has, it's like a birthday gift, I think, or an anniversary gift. That's a cute image. On the front, I think this is the cover for the first issue. Okay, so we got to go this really quick. I'm running out of time here. As far as the extras go, I don't really. See, we got some script, and we've got some. You got Unknown Soldier, Superman. They're just kind of going over some of the issues. Mechanical Man Project, Leo Quinton, which is the scientist who finds out he's dying. Luthor played a little trap on him, a little trick. Sent him to the sun, and he absorbed way too much solar radiation. Turned his body. He started as a solar battery. He started to like decay. So he's got very limited time. But it seems like it's got some reasonable extras. You know, talked about Atlas, Samson. They have a strength off. There's some Lex Luthor. But I think this does a really good job. Just from what I'm seeing here, just because I have some of these individuals, but I think I'm missing a few issues, so I had to grab this. Just the Frank Whitley's ability, the sequential art, the pacing is, I think he's one of my favorites. He just really delivers. Whether it's X-Men, whether it's this or We Three or whatever, I just love when they team up. And it's probably one of my favorite Lex Luthor stories too, because he does win. Essentially, not to spoil too much of it, but I hope I'm showing some of this art where you can zoom in, or no, you can't. Just take my word for it. But it's really good looking art. It's my favorites. And this is kind of a body. You kind of feel it's a little. I don't know what you call that. It's not embossed, but it's layered. Take the sleeve off. Huh. What do you think about that? That's pretty cool. Takes the dust jacket off, and you got, maybe that's the first issue. Superman's just chilling, thinking, contemplating. In the back, you got more of a pulp vibe, Andy Warhol kind of thing. So these are definitely like thick, high quality version of the story. If you're a fan, you should get it. I think you should be a fan before you buy the art, or an absolute edition, because it's usually pretty expensive. It's almost always over 50. I think they retail usually for 100, but I think you can find it for around 50 a piece online. But if you're a fan of the art itself, know the story, you got to be a fan to spend that kind of money on this. Or if you're just rich, or the lottery, or I don't know, you don't care about your family or your future, but throw it away on these. Throw it away. Don't be a fool. Live a little. I'm gonna take one more sip. I know it's kind of a bad review, but I think if, like I said, nutshell real quick, if you're a fan of the story, you're a fan of the art, which is the showcase the most, is the art. That's the reason why to buy these things. There's a Court of the Owls. There's a, I've got Top 10, which I really like. I love that story. So all the detail really is showcased very well in these larger pages. So, like V from Data, I don't think you need that in absolute. I think it's kind of silly. I mean, the art's okay, but it's not worth getting. But something like this, if you're a fan of this kind of artwork, pick it up. It's worth it. I think you can get it on certain websites for around $50. And if you're debating whether to buy something off Amazon, please check out these other websites or comic book stores first. Don't support them because they ship like assholes or jerks or petty criminals or, street vendors or, they don't put too much thought in it. So look somewhere else. Find another independent online retailer or go to a comic book store if that's available for you, and check out these editions. They're huge and they are nifty to look at. Nifty to look at. Yes. Thanks once again for stopping by. It's Who Centauri Stir Fry, and welcome home.